So I've been single most of my life, and it's kind of made me feel like
Llama face.
murderer of love. But lately, I've been more like
Just want to dance.
so inside I'm like,
I don't understand what's happening.
which is good because
Every day, I get a little more desperate, and desperate situations yield the quickest results.
False.
I hope that made sense. So, welcome to my very public single life. Good morning. This is video number 10, I think. I've been a little bit behind on videos. I had a lot of different things come up. Summer was very busy with youth camps, which were wonderfully successful. Loved it. It was exhausting, but wonderful work. I got really sick. I've been coughing for like 3 weeks. I sound a little sick. I'm sorry. I hope it's not gross. It's getting kind of old. Singing feels really weird. I don't know what happened to my vocal cords. Like, sometimes I'm singing and then it's not there. So I'm like... It's like my favorite movie, The Little Mermaid. When Ariel loses her voice. That's kind of what it feels like sometimes when I sing.
It's sad, but true.
I had my grandparents visiting from North Carolina, which was also wonderful. During camp, my external hard drive broke, and then a week later, my computer broke. So the moral of that is if your external hard drive breaks, back up your computer immediately, because you might lose everything. I've tried to look at it as a fresh start. I don't remember everything that I lost. I know some of what I lost. But I'm hoping that what I need to know is up here, and that maybe God just wanted everything to start over fresh again. So that has delayed me in making videos. The theme for this month has been single does not equal ugly. And the purpose in that was to encourage single people to stop comparing themselves to others. Being single does not mean something's wrong with you. And I have to stress that to myself, and hopefully stress that to you enough. You're not broken or wrong or made incorrectly. No one's looking at you thinking, oh, they're never gonna find somebody. Most of your friends are probably like, why haven't they found somebody? They're so awesome. But if you don't know your own beauty and your own gifts and talents and aren't walking in confidence in those things, someone else probably isn't going to notice that and have confidence in it. And so it's important to celebrate how you were designed, know your own personal worth and beauty. And so I guess in honor of that, I decided to do a morning video with my coffee and my hair like this. I woke up like this. Is that a song or just a statement?
Woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Anyway, what I want to talk about in this video is timeline, because I believe that God has a plan and He is not bound by time, but He did create it, and He made seasons and the sun and the moon and the tides and day and night, so He created time for a purpose, and He knows how to operate in it, and He understands that the processes He designed take time. 9 months is generally how long pregnancy takes, you know, give or take special circumstances, but when you're expecting, you have a general timeline. So if you were pregnant and you started begging God to have the baby the next day, or in a week, or in a month, it would be absurd. If you got to the end of 9 months and asked God for a couple extra months because you weren't ready, again, it would be absurd. You just wouldn't say that because you know the general timeline. We sound probably just as absurd when we beg God for things and don't understand the timeline that's there. Just because you're not given one doesn't mean that there isn't one in His plan. And so my encouragement to you is to stop begging God for a boyfriend or a fiance or a spouse next week, or today let me meet him. I'm not saying that God can't answer prayers like that, but if you're obsessing over when it's going to happen, you probably just don't understand the timeline. And maybe God won't give you a timeline, but you have to trust that He knows what He's developing. When timelines aren't met, things can be underdeveloped. Things that would normally have been stronger later on down the road, you might be weak in those areas. And so let God do His own timeline. Set goals for yourself with dates. I think that that's very appropriate. Faith goals. Know the mark that you're trying to hit. But as far as waiting to meet somebody, begging, I don't think is the right way to go about it. and trying to put a date on it and tell God what that date is usually doesn't work. Tried that many times in my past. Oh, by this time a year from now, I'll... Nope. I said this yesterday to a group of people that God is never hasty, really. I mean, doesn't really rush through things. And sometimes I think we wish he was faster and quicker, or he would answer with haste. But he understands the importance of journeys, and he likes to walk those journeys with us, even though sometimes we feel like they're going incredibly slow. If we were to shortcut to get to the end, we've actually just lost a lot of ground. We've gone backwards. We have to start over. If he wants you to learn something and you're refusing to learn it, he will continue to put you in situations to learn it until you get it. So you might as well just walk the timeline, whether you can see the ending or not. Another thing that I have to remind myself of is that I can't speed up God's processes or his plan, but I can delay it. I can't make him move any faster, but if I drag my feet in obedience and sort of do what he says, don't quite listen to it, put it off, then I'm probably going to delay the promises that he has for me. So, timelines. Whether you know them or you don't, they're important, so just trust God with them. Hope you have an awesome journey today in your singlehood land, straight out of singlehood. Remember, you are not ugly, there's nothing wrong with you, you are not failing. Just continue to walk in God's plan and grow every day and look forward to the promises that he has. And cheers. This is coffee, always a part of my timeline every morning. Folgers.